Hello, I'm Marcus V. Calvert, and welcome to Tales Unlimited Kitchen Rants. It is heading towards 3:30 on Monday, the 9th of June. This is brackets number 5. Um, First contestant, story number 58, Uncle Chen. Post-apocalyptic. Um, there's some malware in the near future that hits us. And this was actually before I saw Mission Impossible 8, so don't get any ideas. Anyway, malware hits the arsenals of countries with automatic nuclear launch capacity, including us, the US. So, what happens? The US launches a whole bunch of nukes on itself and a huge chunk of the world, and no one else can launch. Not China, not Russia, no one else can launch their nukes. And we paste a whole chunk of real estate. Billions die, again, including ourselves. Washington's one of the first targets hit. Secretary of Homeland Security happened to be the highest ranking in the chain of command, gets sworn in, gets assassinated a week later, and then everything breaks down in the U.S. No Congress, no governors. Highest ranking politician that's allowed is a mayor. So who rises in the ashes, or from the ashes, I should say? The guilds. So you have a merchants guild, lawmen's guild, even a brothels guild, and of course a corporate guild. Um, Apparently, folks turned on billionaires, CEOs, corporation types, started hanging them in the streets. So they figured they needed their own guild or they become extinct, and they were right. But they have one advantage: innovation. It's the only reason people tolerate them. They make all the new stuff. So, in a future kind of low on innovation, they're allowed to exist. And then someone outed their aspirations, and they lost a lot of clout. But that's part of the backstory. The main character is this dude named Chen. Let me put it this way: when the world collapsed around it, and China is basically untouched, they're like, "Yay! Let's grab every unirradiated piece of real estate." And then they look at the U.S. and go, "Let's do to them what they once did to us: cut off the good parts." So they put together an invasion fleet and they invade the U.S. And just as they're making their first beachhead with a few 100,000 troops, malware hits them again. No more comms, no more like nukes. Well, their nukes were still dead. They actually got their nukes back online and lost them again. And the government collapses, and their fleet turns home to basically save China. But by the time they get home, it's over. So it's basically, okay, let's carve off a piece of whatever we wanted. China becomes at least 4 countries and counting. As for the soldiers on U.S. soil, slaughterhouse. It's like the last time the United States was united. Just kill these bastards was basically what everyone was thinking. And fast forward, one of the soldiers who happened to speak 5 languages becomes a lawman. Lawman's guild guy, runs around, slaps down bad guys. Probably would have been a lawman till his dying day, but then something happened to all of his daughters, and well, he gave up being a lawman. He became an outlaw. The type who relied on finesse, surrounded himself with pros. Um, they were legends, these guys. And the bounty on his head was huge. And he loved hitting corporate guild stuff, merchant guild stuff, banks, rail yards, wealthy families' houses. And the brothel guild loved him because he kept their ladies happy. And also, one of them outed the corporate guild's machinations. She just happened to be a hacker, and he kept her alive. So they have a soft spot for him. They call him Uncle Chen because he's not so young anymore. This is decades after the downfall of the global order. And here's the thing: some old business comes to haunt him, and this is based on a prompt I did in Battery Book 1. What if there's an apocalypse and there's a pack of werewolves running around and no one knows what silver is? Or I'm sorry, no one has any silver handy to take them out. Well, I modified the prompt, and please do so whenever you use the battery system. Those of you who've bought my stuff. In this case, there's a werewolf scenario, and these guys are immune to silver. And Chen had a front row seat to a particular werewolf, his former CEO, and Chen killed him himself. And he did in the old ways. Because Chen's not exactly just a soldier. So that's story number one, Uncle Chen. Story number two, 22 specifically. It's called The Super Cop. I was thinking Last Action Hero on this one, and then I went into the antagonist cookbook and I went, So I created a bad guy, basically a ninja master with gadgets, specializing in grappling and knives. Those are his two. He's great at both. And you have a super cop who has literally one superpower, and they come to heads. They come at each other. It starts off with a ninja coming to town to kill 5 people, and as bodies are dropping, cop gets the case with his newest partner. He's just starting to remember her name when she gets murdered right in front of him by this assassin, and that's where it becomes personal. And it's hysterical. It's violent. It has all the textbook crap you expect to see, down to the huge black lieutenant who's basically just giving him an ass chewing, right? But at the same time, damn, it's a good story. They're both good stories. I mean, I could literally flip a coin. Maybe I need to do that, because these would have tied if I was that generous. But nope. I'm gonna go with the Super Cop this time around, for no reason other than I need a bit more humor in this volume 1. So what the heck? I'll throw in a funny one. But don't worry, Uncle Chen will pop up in the future. It is worthy. All right, I need to go back to sleep. I know this weekend, I tell you. Anyway, I'm Marcus V. Calvert. This is Tales of Limited Kitchen Rants. Please like and subscribe. iVillain.net is where my books are. Battery gives you ideas for stories and how to basically become an indie author. The Antagonist Cookbook, how to create characters, which are, key, in my opinion, to writing great stories or being an evil GM. I mean, wow. The Unheroic and the Book of Schemes series, short stories, think New School Twilight Zone. And the iVillain series, think of it as a comic book in prose. What would happen if a supervillain's having a midlife crisis at gunpoint and gets into the world-saving biz? And Tyrant's Bane, a standalone novel, young adult. That's what creeped me out. What would happen if a paramedic goes to his bachelor party and ends up getting dumped into Game of Thrones, but with superpowers and magic, lots of magic? Okay, till next time.